Asterisk, the city streets were cold that morning. Rain-slicked sidewalks reflected the neon signs of fast food joints and convenience stores. Among the shadows, a homeless man named Marcus shuffled along with a tattered jacket and worn-out boots. At 45, life had not been kind to him, but he carried a quiet dignity, a strength born from years of hardship. Marcus knew the rhythm of the streets better than anyone: where to find a free meal, where to stay dry, and most importantly, how to avoid trouble. Asterisk, on this particular day, Marcus noticed a commotion outside a local biker bar. A young Hells Angel, clearly drunk and arguing loudly, had knocked over a parked motorcycle. The bike wobbled dangerously, and a crowd had gathered, some ready to film the incident on their phones, others eager to intervene. The man's face was flushed with embarrassment, and Marcus could see that this moment, if left unchecked, could cost the biker his reputation in the tightly knit gang community. Asterisk, without hesitation, Marcus stepped forward. He grabbed the bike just before it toppled completely, steadying it with surprising strength. "Hey, you okay?" he asked calmly, his voice carrying over the muttering crowd. The biker looked down, astonished that a homeless man had intervened. He mumbled a thank you, clearly humiliated by the scene. Asterisk, "Don't worry about it," Marcus said, pushing the bike upright. "It happens to everyone." He adjusted the bike's handlebars and gave the man a reassuring nod before stepping back. The crowd slowly dispersed, some still whispering about the unusual heroics of a man living on the streets. Asterisk, word travels fast in biker circles, and this act of kindness did not go unnoticed. That evening, Marcus returned to his makeshift shelter under the highway overpass. He had little, just a sleeping bag, a small backpack, and memories of a life that had slipped through his fingers. But he felt a sense of pride that warmed him more than any coat could. Asterisk, meanwhile, in the heart of the biker community, the story spread like wildfire. Members of the Hells Angels discussed the incident in hushed tones, astonished that someone so down on his luck could act with such courage and integrity. It wasn't just the bike he had saved, it was the man's honor, something they valued above all else. Asterisk, by the end of the night, Marcus had no idea that his small act of bravery would ripple far beyond the streets he walked every day. The Hells Angels were already planning how to repay him. In a world where kindness was rare and respect even rarer, Marcus had unknowingly earned both in the most unexpected way. Asterisk, little did he know, the next day would bring a shock that would change his life forever. The morning sun had barely risen when Marcus woke to the sound of engines roaring. He rubbed his eyes, expecting the usual hum of traffic, but instead, a sight he could hardly believe met him. Hundreds of motorcycles lined the street near his shelter. Chrome gleamed in the early light, and leather-clad bikers, members of the Hells Angels he had helped the day before, were unloading tools, lumber, and supplies. Asterisk, Marcus stumbled out, his jaw dropping. What's going on?" he stammered, unable to process the scene before him. Asterisk, one of the bikers, a tall man with a graying beard and tattoos running down his arms, stepped forward. "Morning, brother," he said with a grin. "You saved one of ours yesterday. Today, we're here to return the favor." Asterisk, for the first time in years, Marcus felt an overwhelming rush of hope. His house, a fragile assembly of tarps and scrap wood beneath the overpass, had been barely standing for months. Now, 300 men were working together with a single purpose: to rebuild it from the ground up. Some hammered, others sawed, while a few mixed concrete. The sound was deafening but oddly beautiful, a symphony of effort and generosity. Asterisk, neighbors peeked from their windows, drawn by the unusual spectacle. Some had never seen such a massive show of support for someone so marginalized. Cameras appeared in hands, but the bikers waved them off. This wasn't for fame. It was about honor, respect, and paying back a selfless act. Asterisk, Marcus wandered among them, unable to help, only watch, tears streaming down his face. The bikers laughed and joked with one another, passing materials, coordinating tasks, and even offering Marcus a helmeted nod of approval. Children in the neighborhood joined, handing up nails and brushes, their faces lighting up at the sight of unity in action. Asterisk, by midday, the structure began to take shape. What had been a fragile makeshift shelter now looked like a modest, sturdy home. Windows were installed, walls painted, and a proper roof replaced the old tarp. A small garden plot was prepared outside, a symbol of life and growth after years of struggle. Marcus could hardly believe it. Asterisk, as the last nails were driven in, the bikers gathered around him. The tall man spoke again, his voice carrying the weight of gratitude. "You saved one of us, Marcus. That takes guts, heart, and honor. You didn't ask for anything in return, so we're giving you this here new beginning." Asterisk, Marcus stepped inside his new home, overwhelmed. For the first time in years, he felt a sense of security, of belonging. The kindness of strangers with a rough exterior but golden hearts had changed his life forever. Asterisk. Engines roared once more as the bikers prepared to leave, but Marcus waved, knowing that a bond had been forged, one that went far beyond the streets, beyond appearances, beyond expectations. He would never forget that day, the day when 300 bikers rebuilt not just a house, but a man's faith in humanity. Asterisk. And in that moment, Marcus realized, sometimes heroism comes from the most unexpected places, and kindness, no matter how small, can create miracles. Asterisk.